Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Welcome to A Lifestyled with Danielle. Welcome back all of my longtime subbies. I've only been on YouTube for a year, but in all of my newbies, welcome one, welcome all. So today I want to talk about high value men and feminine women. I kind of want to, this has been something that's been circulating since towards the end of the year and honestly all of 2020, but I kind of wanted to throw my little 2 cents in there because I'm gonna give you guys a different perspective. I just want to put a disclaimer out there. This is no shade to anyone. I think the Femininity channels are wonderful, but I want to put a different perspective out there because what this channel is about styling your life to your needs, creating the life that you want and trimming away the excess, okay? Anything that's in your way of creating the life that you want, we got to get it out the way, okay? And so the way I see it is the high value man version, especially the way Black people do it. The high value man movement is the exact thing as the femininity movement. And see, this is one thing that will stop Black women from really operating from a place of sovereignty, and that is by thinking that there's a one-size-fits-all manual for being a feminine woman, or there's a one-size-fits-all for finding a high-value man, or what the definition of a high-value man is, what the definition of a feminine woman is, and sometimes I see people say the oddest things, like, and it's like, sometimes it can be so frustrating as someone who just seeing the way Black people move in general. I just want to call out the BS in this high value man and in this femininity movement. Now, there is nothing wrong with teaching women things that maybe their mothers weren't capable of teaching them, but it seems like to me on a grand scale, I don't know why Black people seem to be so black and white about everything. Like, there's not gray area in between. And that's where a lot of our issues stem from, is we think they're supposed to be, people want 10 things you have to do to become feminine. And that's not how life is. It's a whole bunch of gray area. And listen, I want to bring light to those gray areas, okay? Let's talk about how what Black men are doing to high value men is what Black women, a lot of them, not all of them, is what Black women are doing to femininity and becoming feminine women. I'm here for the femininity content, absolutely. There are differences with the way Black women are teaching each other versus what Black men are teaching other Black men. I'm not gonna sit here and say that our end goals aren't the same, because I do believe Black women have more, for the most part, have more pure intentions, and it's not to really get over, but it's to sort of teach Black women about maybe traits that we've been used to operating from that's not in our best interest. But at the same time, what I see, and it's not even the content creators, but what I see is the general population of Black women and how we are interpreting it. And see, the thing is, there's a collective mindset in the Black community between Black men and Black women. And see, what a lot of us don't want to talk about is that we kind of operate in the same way as they do. Our goals are different, and what we're trying to do with the information is different, but at the end of the day, the way our minds work is one and the same. And see, that is what I want to bring light to. And so, nobody can tell you what to do as a woman to be feminine. And I want Black women, and it's not even that these femininity channels are teaching Black women that this is what you have to do and this is the only way, but because Black people are so hot and cold, or so group thinky, or so, they want a list of things to do and that's it. This is the way you have to be. This is everything that you have to do. And if you don't do it, you're wrong. And if you do it, you're gonna get everything that you want. And that's not how life works in any aspect. There is gray area in literally everything. And so what I want Black women to do is kind of tweak these behaviors. You know, it's not even the femininity content, it's the way because I see, for an example, people in comment sections, you know, saying feminine women have to be a certain size. Listen, I'm a plus size girl, okay? And I wear a size 16. That's fine with me. Okay, as I lose weight and go on my own journey, the weight will continue to fall off as it has and as it is doing. But you don't get to take away someone's femininity because they're not in the package that you think is proper. And it's the same way as high value. It's the exact same thing that Black men are doing to the high value man movement. Okay, the difference is I believe a lot of Black women are trying to make changes and Black men are just trying to use it to manipulate Black women, or women in general. But at the same time, it's like nothing is going to be cut and dry, because at the end of the day, you can put on pretty nails, you can put on short nails, you can make sure they're not crazy colors, you can put on long hair, you can put on short hair, you can put on weaves, you can put in braids, you can wear a pink frilly dress everywhere you go. And if your mind isn't right, it's not going to do anything for you, and you're never going to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish just because you did these shallow things. And at the bottom, because this is what I want Black women to understand, each and every one of us is powerful. We are all sovereign in our own right if we do the work to draw it out of ourselves. And so we already have everything that we need. And at the end of the day, it's my belief that people can sort of bring out the aspects of you that you may need to change and that you may need help with. But we're women. This is a general statement, but we as women, we have everything that we need. A lot of us operate and use our feminine wiles in ways that we haven't even recognized. So we, in some degree, yes, people are teaching us things. Yes, I'm teaching things, but at the same time, I'm bringing awareness to things that is already in you and that I want to empower you to bring out. And so feminine traits and all of these different things, knowing when to be soft and knowing when to cry and knowing when to use your womanly wiles and charm to get what you want, it's already in you. And frankly, if you do the work of self-love and self-care and everything and really gaining confidence in who you are, those things will naturally come out. Now, if you are someone that's not into fashion and you need help in learning how to dress, of course, we all aren't good at everything, but the fundamentals of us creating happiness and creating the lives that we desire, we already have within us. And so that's what I want Black women to understand, and that nobody can tell you what to do, give you 10 steps, 5 steps, 20 steps, 100 steps, and all of a sudden you're gonna magically become this perfect specimen of a woman. It's not gonna happen. And so when people are in comments section saying, well, this isn't feminine, that isn't feminine, this isn't like, first of all, there's always a yin and yang to everything, and nobody can take away. Like, I saw somebody in the comment section saying something along the lines of, if you are obese or if you're overweight or whatever, then you're not feminine, you're not a feminine woman. First of all, what gives you the right to take away someone's femininity that they were born with just because you don't like the package it comes in? And that's in everything. Whether it is, you can't be feminine because you like 9-inch nails. Like, you don't get to take away somebody's femininity because you don't like the way that they're dressed, or because it's perceived as ghetto or ratchet, whatever it is, because femininity is very at minimal about surface level things, okay? That is why a bummy girl can steal somebody's man, because she know how to use what she has. And so I really want black women to understand that, because what will happen is a lot of us will get discouraged when we hear certain people say certain things. It can be discouraging if you're taking what they say as the only truth when it's not true. There is always gray area, and I want to empower women to know that your feminine journey is not like the other girls. Just like your DNA, your fingerprint is unique than every single person on this planet, so is your femininity journey. And so the same thing with high value, and this is like everything has to be, people want a checklist, and if you stray from that checklist in any form, then you're wrong. And that is absolutely, like, people want to pit people against each other and pit what one content creator says versus what another one says, when in fact everyone is right. At some point, there's truth to what everybody says, okay? So stick with me here. There is truth to what every single person you hear say, including but not limited to people that you don't like. There's always truth, unless they're flat out lying, but I mean the fundamentals. There's always truth in what people say. For an example, when people say, oh, you gotta wear straight hair to get a man or to get a wealthy man, is that always true? No. But is it true majority of the time? Yes. Do majority of men like straight hair? Yeah, because of the society that we're in. But there is a crap ton of people that will love you with your natural hair, and there are studies that have shown that black women do better with weaves or extensions that mimics their own hair, because it looks real even if it's not. And so that's not a shade to people who wear straight hair. I wear straight hair every now and then, but I wear blowout straight hair that'll look like my own hair blown out. But at the same time, it's like there's always a little bit of truth in everything. So that's what I want black women to understand, because I don't care what the collective of black men do, they have to fix themselves. And I think black women are going above and beyond with each other and content creating and stuff to kind of get ourselves together, and we're doing a good job in my opinion. But I want to speak to those of us who may need a little push and who may need to understand that everything is not black and white. In fact, nothing is black and white, and there's always gray area. And just because you are a size 4 or a size 8, that doesn't mean you can't have your own femininity journal. Just because you like to wear weaves down your back, that doesn't mean that you can't have a femininity journal. Just because you have, you prefer your natural hair, or you have a short fro or whatever, that doesn't mean you can't have your own femininity journey and get the life that you want. You may have to move differently than the other girls move. You may have to operate in a different manner. You may have to do certain things, and they may have to do certain things. And I really want black women to understand that every one of our journeys is unique, and we cannot continue to live by the mindset that there's a one-size-fits-all guide to being feminine or to being a high value man. Because the bottom line is wealth, and it really irritates me when people say any man with money is high value. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nobody wants to be broke. But I'm gonna tell you like this, everything is not black and white. Just because you are rich, just because a man is rich does not make him high value. If you're a rich psychopath, like American Psycho, does that make him high value? Absolutely not. So my thing is, people telling you that, oh, you have to look like this, and that, do this, and that, and that makes you, they're giving you false truths. What I want people to understand is that get on your journey. Understand that your journey is unique. Take the road less traveled. Take the pieces out of content creators, including me. Okay, take what you can get and what you can benefit from my videos, from everybody else's videos. Use it to change yourself for the better, and the things that you can't use, throw it away. And it's as simple as that. A high value man is high value because he's high value. It's because of who he is, and most of the time, if he values himself, if he has a certain amount of pride and confidence, that's gonna come with a work ethic that's gonna create a life that's good for him. And the bottom line is, a lot of us don't want certain things. Like for me, I don't want a billionaire. Now, if a billionaire was like in love with me and gave me the life that I want, would I turn it down? Absolutely not. But is that, I don't want anything but a billionaire. I don't want anything but a millionaire. Absolutely not. Now there may be some women that's like that, but I have to understand that I don't necessarily want the life that comes with that. Okay, I don't want the smoke that comes with being with a billionaire. I don't want it. So that's not a goal of mine. And so we all have different things that we want. We all have different aspirations and different goals, and that's okay. And so there's no black and white rule for it. A lot of the things that make us high value, that makes us feminine women and makes men high value men, is the way they treat other people. It's the way you move in your community. It's the way you put yourself out there for the world. You know, not putting yourself out there, but just the way the amount of self-respect that you have, the way that you treat people that you love, and the way that you treat people that you absolutely don't know. And I think a lot of the issue within the black community, with men and women alike, is that we want people to we want people to do the work for us. And so if somebody says any little thing that you may not agree with, all of a sudden that makes everything they said invalid. That's not how life works. Like, I had somebody in my comment section that basically didn't believe that non-black men wanted black women. It's like, oh, y'all just blowing smoke up our behinds and y'all just making it up. Like, what do you mean? I have better things to do than sit on YouTube making up lies about the people that I date. If you don't date them, if you don't try, how can you tell anyone that it's impossible to do? Like, what do you mean? There's too much evidence for us to still hold these like primitive beliefs about ourselves, like these brainwashed like, what do you mean? And I really want black women to understand that multiple things can be true at once. Like, everything is not black and white, and we really need to get ourselves out of this space of this person have all the answers, this person don't know anything. That's not how life works. I find that a lot of, instead of doing the internal work and instead of doing the work that it takes, because it's a lot of work, going to therapy, sitting with yourself, isolating yourself, wherever you're getting your information from, just know, learn to chew the meat and spit out the bones. Like, learn to take what is useful for you and just toss the rest aside. You're not going to mesh with every single thing that someone says, because like I said, nothing is black and white. Nobody is going to, every single thing they say is going to resonate with you. Nobody is going to match you to a T, because you are on your own frequency. You are an individual and you have to operate as an individual. And so one of the solutions is self-care and self-love. Take care of yourself, so that you can begin to understand the things that is important for you to change. Understand what's beneficial for you, and also understand how to create balance within your life, because there's always going to be a yin and yang. There's always going to be dark and light. And you need to know how to maneuver through each and every cycle that you're going through. You need to know how to maneuver through the darkness, just like you need to know how to maneuver through the light. And so it's really important for us to know that we're all individuals and that no one person is going to have every single answer. And a lot of the things that we want to know, we have to do internal work. Like, we can give you all the gems in the world. We can tell you everything we know, and it won't do you a bit of good if you don't know yourself. And so that's one of the first things that we need to do, because if you can't even do that, you can't do anything else, because there's certain things only you can tell you. Only you know your circumstances. So every circumstance, every choice that we make to land in the predicaments that we're in, or to be in the spots that we're in, good or bad, was unique choices that you made, and we aren't aware of that. Nobody has a full understanding or grasp of you the way you should. Therefore, nobody is going to be able to tell you what you need the way you need it. We can give the information, but you have to decipher through the information and hone in on your discernment, tailor your discernment, really learn how to use your discernment so that you can start to get the life that you deserve, and so you can start to get the life that you want. Get rid of bad friends. Stay away from people that is gonna hold you back, hold you down. Sometimes you even have to distance yourself from your family. Anybody that is in your way, stay away from them, at least for the time being. I'm not saying dump every single person in your life, but we all know the people that we hang around, and we all know what we're trying to do, and if somebody is going to be a hindrance to us. Like, when you're in a group of friends, every friend know which friend they can talk to about certain things, and so that kind of maneuvering is what you have to do in a space when you're on your own individual journey to happiness and to contentment and to femininity and to your business and to creating whatever you want in your life, however you want your life to be. You know that who you should be around and who you shouldn't be around at any given time. I want you guys to understand that you should use these channels, my videos, everyone's videos, as guidelines, not as rules. Guidelines to kind of steer you in the way and give you a jumping off point, and then it's your job to build upon some of the fundamental things that we provide and the information that we give you. You have to build on that. How is my battery already dying? Let me finish this video. You have everything that you need already, and I can't say that enough, and I'll say that, you'll hear me say that plenty of times on this channel, but you have everything that you need. I promise you. Just use these videos as guidelines to kind of tailor and tweak it to how it's beneficial for you, and know that not everything is going to be black and white. Not everybody's definition of high value is going to be the same. Now, there is a certain baseline to many and everything, just about. There is a certain baseline, but most things are so subjective. You have to take that baseline and then chip away at the parts you don't need, build upon the parts that you do, and that is useful to you, and in turn you will see things unfolding for the better. I want to thank you all so much for tuning into this channel. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning into this video. If you made it all the way to the end, I will see you guys in the next video.